Khubor ka Batisi TV. Lawan Rashapi da ka Frank Motors. The dark is here to rule.
Ka Menteri Sorkar ka kong Ampareen lingdo kalaong ba omday ben kentranya ka Sorkar hak bay day bad ka roster system na marbak Sorkar ka tip ka ay kabaday ben lea ba jamanta kalaong ba habandang bishar banya aswa bin pa bin bakan kta yanu inuru handay kalong nakabenta ka jing baha jong kinong susnong ka jala ka kentuyi ka sengsan perthai ba pher ba kinlong ki baya sha ba jay ap na marbak Sorkar kadang tray ka kamjong ka halor ka ni kabenta.
We are procuring all data from all line departments to understand how the roster has been applied in the state thus far. And we will adhere to advisories that are going to be productive in the long run for the state and the citizens of the state of Meghalaya. Now, the state reservation policy of the state of Meghalaya is a very unique application of the reservation policy. As a community and as citizens of the state, we must ensure that a practice that was propagated since the inception of the state, with its positives and negatives, should not be discussed beyond logical debate. Yes, we are aware that the roster does, in all likelihood, create some sort of a sense of insecurity amongst communities that are enjoying this reservation in the state of Meghalaya. The one message that we as a government want to give to the people of Meghalaya is, do not underestimate the capacity of your government to evaluate what practice will benefit the state in the long run. We have been actively engaging on understanding the roster as it was and how best can we take that forward, protecting the interests of all communities who will gradually and definitely be affected by it. I want to give the assurance to the state, to the people of the state, that the government is engaging actively. We have been advised by various court orders, honorable court orders, to ensure that we have a systematic application of the reservation policy that will seem like a policy that is sensitive to citizens across the board. We will try our best to understand this system and to ensure that while applying it, we should not seem as a government that is unjustly applying a system. So this order of the Honorable High Court is going to have positive application in the future. We must as a state adhere to justice for all. We must provide a fair playing ground for all communities. That information to the Chief Minister to respond to a question and make a statement until and unless we have the data presented before us. And as advised correctly by the Honorable Courts, we shall look at that data and decide on a level playing field. This is a system which is now being revamped. It is a humongous task. It's a very big debate. It is a very big, the data is also very big. Allow the government to understand it first. Again, I want to reiterate, toying with discussions and debates about the roster on public domain and coming out with statements which can seem as biased is the incorrect practice forward. It is not fair to give suggestions that may not be workable or doable. So we will not talk about any one political party, but we appeal to all political parties that this is a very sensitive issue We do not want to see it go out of hand. And I request all civil societies and NGO members to have faith in the government. We will come out with the best solution, and we will ensure that that solution is manifested on credible information. Doesn't really matter what they are saying, but do not take this beyond its permissible debate levels, because it is a very sensitive issue. To again create this kind of a feeling that the government is insensitive to the apprehensions that are being debated on all fronts, be it the print media, be it the electronic media, be it any form of communication. We do not want to also prematurely express the learnings of the government without actually coming out with a justified formula. I appeal to the people of the state of Meghalaya, political parties across the board, kindly allow us to, to collect data, to ensure data collected is credible, and to ensure that in applying of this roster, there shall be no injustice done to any one community. We are Meghalayans. We must understand that the government is for the people of the state of Meghalaya. I have seen certain debates in certain sections of the media in the recent few days. I appeal to political parties to be confident that the government is taking all advisories, suggestions being debated, and we will evaluate those suggestions, and we will incorporate and come out with a roster which is going to be acceptable, which is going to be justified, and which is going to have credible source of data. It's a very difficult situation, and we are trying our best now to ensure that while debating and discussing this matter, we should not seem as taking anyone's side. We will try our best to present to the people the best solution. The government has embarked upon an exercise, a humongous exercise, to collect data to decide on what is the best way forward. Political parties can make inferences as they wish. We will not engage in that kind of a rebuttal, because roster is far greater than any debate, and decision taking is going to have an effect to the future, and anything we say or do or decide today should not at a later stage be exposed to further legal scrutiny. We have to be very cautious. This is a commitment that needs to be evaluated. Let it take its time. We shall not be in any great hurry. And as I said, the government is studying the matter at the moment, and surely we will be informing the people as and when we are ready with that information. MDA 1 or it's MDA 2, governments come, governments go. Succeeding governments have to be held responsible and will take responsible for decisions taken in the past, with an aim to correct any wrong, or any, not even wrong, I would say any any decision that may have caused any alarming ramifications. We have to be careful. And interpretation of the roster by the public may not also always be correct. These are discussions that are being debated with a high probability of not even being correct. So we leave it at that and let the government take its time at this point of time so that whatever decision we make will be good for the people of the state of Meghalaya.